Hi, welcome to this video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44, my Bitchute channel, True Divine 44, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on my Facebook business page, True Divine 44. So all nice and easy to remember. Any likes, shares, subscribes, and follows, greatly appreciated, and much love to everybody who is doing that thus far. I appreciate you all. So this is part of the daily content that I put out to help support, guide, and inspire. It's where I use the energy work that I do and the tarot work that I do to bring narrative to you to help you recognize the energies within, around, within you, around you, and within others. So take what resonates as it is general and leave what does not. Any comments are really appreciated. It helps us build a picture of the energies that we're all feeling, how we're navigating through those in our personal circumstances. So I think reading other people reading those comments, I know I appreciate them, can not feel quite so alone, you know, because a lot of the energies are collectively affecting us in the same way, just with different characters in the play. So this is for the 7th of December 2020. So okay, so we've got the Chariot again, I know. And this is speaking to the huge shift and movement that I can feel going on right now in the spirit realm, in what is going on. It feels like thunder. It feels like extraordinary amounts of shifting and moving and pulling, toing and froing. There are people on this path that are taking the steps to do what is necessary and what is right to do in their 3D lives, to ascend to that higher consciousness that projects then to the spirit realm, and the spirit realm projecting back down into this 3D realm. And so everything reflecting in on everything, you can be proud of yourself, even if it's been frustrating, painful, blissful, all of the emotions of being intensified in 2020, that you're making shifts and movements in the right direction. You've got your yin, your yang in balance. You're turning your wheel. Your chariot is going in the same direction. There's not this yin and yang, those creatures you see at the front, you know, pulling in opposite directions. They're going forward in the same way. So you're quite resolute. You're quite decisive. You just know, you have this inner knowing that you need to take a stand right now, and when you need to make a move. There's this instinct that's happening here. Now the Six of Swords is to clarify this card. Now this is moving into calmer waters. Now this might feel a little bit odd, because actually in the 3D, part of the shifts on the collective stage that I'm feeling, there isn't anything calm about it. It's like the calm before another storm. The things that are going on in spirit, that are directly manipulating and affecting the powers that be, feel huge. They feel again thunderous, but in a different frequency, in a different they have different wants and needs to the collective. And so to say that, you know, you're moving and shifting in the right places, and turning your yin and yang wheel, is odd that to then say within all of this craziness, you're moving into calmer waters. Now, I feel that for those who resonate with this is where, and this really resonates with me, in that, you know, I can observe, I'm noticing things, I'm seeing things, I'm giving a nod to certain things and giving a shake of the head to others. But at the same time, my waters are calm. Inside, my emotions are calm. It's a surreal calmness, because you witness people around you living in such fear or such confusion, where there is no calm in their waters, in their emotions, in their element of water, that then is causing the element of mind, which is the swords, to be so conflicted, and crazy thoughts going into their heads, imprisoning themselves within the very thoughts that the powers that be are projecting out there through their low frequency magic. and the synchronicities and the plans and agendas. So to say this, where it's because you've done this work, where this Chariot card, this major arcana, is reflective of that and reflective of your forward movement in flow. It speaks volumes to how well you're doing, because to be able to do this, whatever the circumstances, is an ascension indeed. There's no two ways about it. So this growth in the mental capacity, and that being reflective of, because your waters are calm, because when our emotions are elevated, our mind isn't calm. Even if we're having blissful moments, our mind is soaring. If we're having fearful emotions or feelings of abandonment, our mind is trapped. Every element within us reflects on every other element. And so this is powerful to say that you've gotten to this point, that you are managing to balance out your elements, no matter what you're moving through in your chariot. This is very powerful elemental magic, elemental channeling, elemental control within yourself, that is then reflective not only in your spirit self, but in your physical self, also in your external self, what projects out from you. So you're doing the work, you're doing what is necessary, what is the best thing to do for the collective right now. You are doing it, you are achieving it, and that is amazing. And so as far as the collective stage, there feels like there's this calm before the storm feeling, but they're making huge shifts themselves. They're working in the occults, in their low frequency, with all of their tricks and gadgets that they've learned how to use or create. They're working with those intensively through mainstream media, through harnessing what would be like little robots, worker bees in the collective, in that they're harnessing these people who are either non-player characters, or they are people who have gotten so far away from their true essence, from their true self, from their true expansion and divinity, that they can be tricked and harnessed and hooked into very easily with magic. Especially with low frequency magic, they've manipulated and controlled for so long. They know the reading of these people. They know what headlines will get them in either a state of anger, a state of fear, a state of sadness, a state of loss, loneliness. They know they have the tools now. Mainstream being owned by what, five companies maximum, maybe less, to project that magic out there in an instant like that. So be aware of that. But I can just see the people who are resonating with this, swimming through this craziness, swimming through this while observing it, but still being able to maintain this calm control over your elements, which is integral right now. And you're here to do something. If you're here at this stage resonating with this part of the reading, then you are here to do something, and you are making the right steps, taking the right steps in order to do what you're here to do. Now, the 10 of Wands comes up in the next set. So the 10 of Wands, again, it's not to say that it's without struggle. It's not to say that that this cycle hasn't been super burdensome, super hard. Again, the reminder is here, I think this came up yesterday, is to not try and carry others. Be there to guide, be there to support, but this is an individual job right now that has an effect on the collective. The temptation is to carry other burdens, to hold on to them. But this is a reminder, with this coming up again, that this cycle needs to come to an end, and to not pick up any old ones that you've worked so hard to let go of, to create more burden upon yourself. And I think it needs to be said that there are people that I've talked about this separation a lot. And that's been happening over 2020, and it's to the extreme now. We're in like the last push of the separation of where we're going to see people pick a side in that, you know, either low frequency or high frequency, divine or slave. And so there's a huge awakening today for whatever reason that pushes that even further, that for more people again brings this burdensome cycle to an end, that you know, the things are seen more clearly. To clarify this 10 of Wands, we have the 10 of Swords. So again, this is an even more painful cycle, the 10 of Swords. It's releasing yourself from that mental prison. It's releasing yourself from that mental lockdown that either you have put yourself in or others have put you in, or both. It's a reminder to not go back, to recognize the shifts that the powers that be are making, and therefore that is reflected in the people around you. Therefore, that is reflected in these either non-player characters or people that are so far away from their divinity, or people that just enjoy low frequency. So to not invite that back in again, because you can immediately, by doing so, by engaging with that, you immediately can go straight back into this 10 of Swords and this 10 of Wands. So it's important to keep up your discernment. It's important to be very decisive about the direction you're going in, and people that match that frequency, fair and good, you know, tag along, the more the merrier. Not, then, you know, you're not going to go back. You don't backtrack. There's a lot of potential for people to backtrack today after all of this hard work. As far as the collective stage, the powers that be, you know, things haven't gone quite as to plan as they wanted it to. It feels, yes, very clever, yes, very methodical. But for me, magic-wise, some of it in 2020 has felt rushed. Some of it has felt like a bit of a off-the-cuff catching up almost, because the collective hasn't fallen for things quite as much as they wanted them to. At the same time, a lot of their achievements have been, a lot of their wants have been achieved. A lot of their wants have been manifested to them via the power of the collective, via the power of the few that are willing to be hooked by this low frequency magic. What else do I want to say about that? There's finalities here happening. There's final pushes here happening to lock down as many people as they can within a cycle, harnessing these people for the next cycle coming in, this age of Aquarius, keeping people almost constantly in the tens. You know, the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, not the 10 of Pentacles, not the 10 of Cups, which would be real happy cards, abundant cards. They want to keep them in that tipping point, that very stressful point of the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. So you might witness that with the people around you today, you know, that they're losing their shit a lot more. Or that they're very much more on the attack towards people who don't fit the narrative of the powers that be. So with the next card, we have the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess signifies the occult. It signifies knowing what the hidden knowledge. You know, she has the pomegranates behind her there on the decoration. She has the black and the white pillar, the pillars of knowledge, the yin and the yang, the divine feminine, divine masculine. She is the substance of knowing what creation is and how to harness it before it comes into physical reality. She is the combination of the Fool and the Magician, you know, the experience and picking up on that experience, learning along the way of the Fool, but knowing that some things need to be hidden, knowing that some things need to reveal themselves in a sort of timely manner along the way of the experience. Also with the magician, recognizing all of these tools and tricks that you're supposed to pick up and remember and keep to use for your greater good. The magic that has been hidden from us for so long, the capacity of the magic that we hold within us, and without the densities being projected via frequency magic, technology now, chemicals, substances in the food, in the water, we would be able to really, really experience the capacity of our magic and our elemental magic in particular in full force. Which again, I've told you before, frustrates me because my magic works, but I know what my magic can really do. And there's certain things that limit that because there's certain calcifications have happened in people's bodies. And so this speaks of things being revealed, but not quite being believed. So it's so funny because the people who are asleep will believe from a government of tyranny that there's a reason for the war, and they'll believe them for that reason. They'll say, oh yeah, we believe that that's the reason you want to go to war. Time and time again, these same systems will fail them. Time and time again, they will show their cards to be unfair, unjust, and mainly for the very few and not the many. Yet give them some truth about the capacity and the magic that the powers that be use and that they know about and that they've hidden, and they'll think you're crazy. They'll defriend you, they'll block you, so be aware of that. But there's certain revelations, and again, I keep going back to Iran. I keep going back to the fact that Iran has protected certain artifacts, certain ancient machinery, certain ancient scrolls I've seen. This is through remote viewing, this is through just visions coming in, intuition, psychic knowings, whatever you want to label them as, but certainly through remote viewing. Things that, for all of the other wars that both, in particular, the UK and the USA have gone for, and Germany, of course, there's certain things that they want now that they realize if it was to be revealed, then, if certain knowledge was to be revealed via Iran, that would burst the bubble of the war machine, it would burst the bubble. They wouldn't be able to maintain the guise of the war machine being a good thing. So there's certain knowledge coming out that is to be believed regarding Iran. But then again, with the occult, everything being a bit murky and a bit, dusty and hazy, they'll mix that. As soon as Iran allows that to be said, they will mix that, in particular in the UK and the USA, they'll mix that with propaganda. Again, look out for more news of either the UK or the USA. The UK seems to be, or feels to be, waiting, not involved, of course not, but waiting, taking a step back. But particularly USA, boats or aircraft in the waters of Iran where they shouldn't be. They're really trying to trigger Iran into a response. Now, at the same time, there seems to be, for me, there seems to be two things happening in Iran, in that we have the two sides, the double-edged sword, in that we have the people there who have been given the job to protect these certain artifacts that I've mentioned, but at the same time, we also have the religious police type powers that be in Iran. So the ones that want to protect the artifacts, think of those as like Persia, old Persia, I think it was Truth Seeker said that It is Persia. It's not Iran, you know. My mom has so many Persian rugs made from Persian ladies who, you know, they take years to make these exquisite rugs. And they're so neat. Every stitch is so neat, and they work together in teams to do it. And so there's a lot of acknowledgement, excuse me, and reverence given to, and quite rightly so, to creating things in Persia. So we have that side of it, but then we have this religious police side of it. Think of that as Iran. And so at the same time, I'm seeing the religious police, the Iranian side of things, being so stupid to think that they can be in an alliance with China. China sort of being their friend right now. I keep hearing conversations, mutterings between them, because of course, think of Persia as biting its tongue because it's not going to rise to the bait, because it can see what the West is trying to do by baiting them into a war. But also think of Iran, the religious police type powers that be that are there, as getting a bit bold and sort of wanting to go to war, but then at the same time not, because I can feel it, and I know people who live there, in that the people aren't too far from raising up against the religious police in Iran and the powers that be above them. And so there's a real balancing act happening here, so many moving parts, that it's up in the air right now as to what it is. Now I do see conflict, but then at the same time I'm manifesting real hard that it doesn't get to that. But there's this occult knowledge coming into play, and there's certainly new stroke old artifacts and information and technology there that can be revealed, will be revealed. But there's certain people working real hard to cover that up. So we have the King of Pentacles. To clarify this High Priestess, so what's this saying is that on your individual level, you know, if you're feeling, I know that a lot of you are, you're feeling this sort of surge of power and knowing of your inner magic within, just gaining ground within you, growing. Don't doubt that. Harness it, build on it. Be the King of Pentacles and learn and play with bringing it into your physical reality, manifesting through magic, through your divinity, through your higher self powers, in your spirit realm, in your true essence realm, in your light realm, and bringing it into solid matter with this King of Pentacles, into your 3D reality. I'm just going to interrupt there because Theodore's got some great news, haven't you? The tooth came out! Yay! High five! Spuds! Spuds!
I've got my card under Hans pillow.
Yes, you've got your card under the pillow, waiting for the dollar bill. Yeah? Is that right?
I'm waiting for dollar bills.
Dollar bills, he keeps saying he's waiting for dollar bills. You probably get pounds, but that's okay. The exchange rate is pretty good.
I can't wait.
You can't wait. I know, not long now. Exciting stuff. You wiggled it out yourself, didn't you? And it finally came out.
Why is it?
Do a big smile for everybody then, because everybody's been waiting for you to lose that tooth, because they knew you'd be happy with it.
It disappeared.
It disappeared. It's in the envelope.
Yeah, it's missing.
Yeah, go on then. Clever boy. Shut that door for me.
I want to be with you.
You want to be with me? Okay, well, I'm nearly done. So yeah, it's just black and white, because Mommy felt like doing black and white. So working on bringing in your esoteric knowledge that is just coming through, the visions that you're having, the dreams that you're having, into your physical realm, into this King of Pentacles energy who knows how to, what is needed, where, and how to harness the elements that are in this 3D reality. Think of Tesla, and you see, Tesla was much more into the occult than people know, and it's that hidden knowledge, what could be described as magic with a K, in harnessing the electricity around us. Now they've done certain things, I just know intuitively, to stop that from being able to happen right now. They've created density even within that. To stop us from being able to have things like free energy, but that doesn't mean they've disappeared. It just means we've got to get them out of the way. And so, but we can harness our own light magic in bringing what we see in light into the physical reality. So this is a call to arms. We've had the Judgment card come up a lot, and we've had the Chariot card come up a lot. This is a call to arms now for you to do what the powers that be are harnessing and doing, and to witness and be in and grow in your occult knowledge that is coming through your DNA strands as we speak. It feels like a surge coming through you. To not be afraid of it, and to start really taking seriously every day, bringing in through your imagination of light and how that would look, to bring about a reality that isn't going back to the normal, because the normal wasn't good enough. People like this age were getting hurt. That's no good. You know, we want to be able to see and create and dream big, think big, to bring in the age of the Aquarian barbarian. You're an Aquarius, aren't you?
I'm actually a warrior.
Aquarian warrior, yes you are. So that's what we need to be doing when people are saying, but what can I do to change things? This is it. You've gone through these experiences enough to reach this Chariot card, enough to create enough shifts for you to be able to start to really fight back in your light body, bringing it into the physical. With this King of Pentacles energy, with this reality. If you look at this card here, the King of Pentacles, the pentacle is sort of depicted as a what do you call it? A bubble, you know, when you blow bubbles, it's nearly see-through, and it's got light all around it, and it's made of light, but he's manifesting it into the physical. He's slowing down the particles of light. He's slowing down the particles of light just enough that it starts to become solid matter. And that is manifestation. That is bringing what is light, what is thought, into a slow enough movement to create, like a table that we see, into solid matter. And so with that being said, that is what would be a pushback, a great pushback and a great shock, actually, which gives me thrills, to the powers that be. You know, the reason they've gotten as far as they've gotten, for as long as they've gotten this far, is through learning how to predict our behavior, learning how to predict how we will most likely act in any kind of scenario, under any kind of headline at any given time. So for us to start doing this and give them the shock of their lives, you know, to really say, hello, we're here, you know, this gives me the chills in a great way, because this is exactly what, you know, I remote view those faces when they start feeling this pushback, because that just pleases me. So we've got the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This is beautiful, because this feels more like, in less than physical things, especially with lockdown right now. This feels more like the celebration of just like minds really knowing each other and coming together. And that's why I appreciate you all so much that leave comments, that watch these videos, because even my channel, you've given me the honor and the gift of me seeing people getting to know each other, and even hanging out privately and chatting, and that is powerful. You know, this tribe mentality, not in a bad way, just in a way of really exalting each other's individualities and uniqueness, but being able to have that camaraderie, that support, that giving of each other's knowledge. So it really is an honor to me that I've got one of those spaces that this is happening in. And I know it's not huge numbers, but you know, that matters not where this is, because the quality of the people that I get commenting, the quality of the people I get emailing me or coming for readings is high. You know, you guys are awesome, and you're moving through this journey, and it gives me great I have great gratitude to be able to be trusted enough by you guys to guide you this way and actually look into your inner selves this way, because I can see the way that you guys are moving through the experience, and that amazes me. I love that. So the Queen of Cups is on the bottom of the other deck, and again, this is just about trusting this intuition. There's very little about logic right now. This is harnessing the elements. This is trusting your intuition, feeling your way through your waters, and staying calm emotionally, not allowing others, outside forces, to derail you emotionally. This is a very psychic energy. It's a very foreknowing, a foresight, but trusting that is integral, especially if you're just starting to practice with that, trusting that is integral. So what else do I want to say about the 7th? I think that's about it, because that is enough, more than enough.
And
You're
my
doing
favorite
awesome.
about this one is a crown.
Yeah, he's the King of Pentacles.
Yeah. His favorite about this one is a crown.
He's got a crown. Yes, he has.
And the back looks like this.
Yeah. Well done. Say, love you all.
Love you all.
Stay balanced.
Mm.
You can say stay balanced.
Stay balanced.
Stay whole.
And if you see this on my hand, it's a bent part of my hand.
So if you'd like a personal reading with me, or if you'd like any spiritual guidance sessions, or if you'd like any energy work sessions, you can get in touch with me at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can hit me up through a private message on truedivine44. Say goodbye to everybody.
Well, I don't even see man. Well, I don't even see any of man's videos on my Xbox.
I don't think you're subscribed to me.
I don't even watch any from on my Xbox because I don't find them.
I have to put one on for you. Much love.
Bye.
Bye. Let's stop it. Well done, you.